Nothing quite like enjoying a snowy winter morning just outside of the Vito village. Hello everyone, welcome to the finale of my look at Grazzy's Breath of the Wild map in Minecraft. Last time we went through Zora's Domain, Lost Woods, Hyrule Castle Interior, and Death Mountain. Now we're going to be doing everything else. That's going to be the Heba region, involving the Vitos, going down to Gerardo Desert, finishing that off, and then going to the Farron region as kind of an end goal, basically, today. I'm going to be going a little bit faster because I think there's more to explore in the next couple of hours. Couple of hours. I need to go get my hair cut in about, 2 hours from now? So I got about an hour to do this. But yeah, look at it. Look how pretty it is. I will turn the snow off though, because it is kind of obscuring most of the visuals here, but here's the Heba training range, where you would encounter a character who I forgot the name of, because he's probably the most forgettable champion, or champion's descendant in the game. So much so that in the sequel, he isn't even the champion in that. Someone else's, his child is, Tulan is his child, I think, is his child's name. But yeah, let's do some shooting. Oh, it feels like I'm doing the actual shooting from Breath of the Wild. It's amazing. Yeah, you get a good bow here, and then you head up to Meadow, which I assume is going to be on the tree itself. Or the tree itself, the Vito village itself, which is one of my favourite areas in the game. I mean, I love the Vito. Finding out that they were going to be in this game, I was close again, bullseye. After Wind Waker, made me very happy, because I do enjoy the Vito, and hearing Dragon Roost Island's theme play here, I was like, holy shit, Nintendo. You do not know what you're stirring up within me when you make me think of Wind Waker. But you did it. And bird people are cool. They're like the equivalent of Zora, but who are fish instead. I don't know what I'm saying, but yes. Here it is. It's Vito Village. They're called the Vito and Wind Waker, I think, right? Yeah. They didn't change their name for Wind Waker. They didn't change their name for Breath of the Wild. I think they're still the same name. Because they live on the Dragon's Island in Wind Waker. But you meet a lot of bird people here, including a big bird person. They're definitely a lot more bird-like in this than how they are in Wind Waker. Similar to the Zora, they kind of embody what they're meant to be a lot more. It's like the Zora are a lot more fishy in this game compared to, say, Ocarina, where they have actual like fish fins on their head to make it look like they could have grown to have legs instead of the fins they have. Swallow Roost, home of the world-famous Vito down bed. Can I sleep here? How the fuck did he do this? This is amazing. How did they do that? Oh, I don't want the book. Go back in there. What? Okay, I haven't played Minecraft in forever. I didn't know you could do that. I ended up adding books from creative mode. I don't know why I added probably some like God stuff. You can have my book, being God, after all. Oh, thank you, God. You're so dreamy. You're welcome. The pots are really cool. I didn't realize that they could have pots in this game. Just finding out new things over and over again. I know that there was a recent update for Minecraft that added this, like, silent forest, like this creepy horror forest. That would be kind of cool to check out at some point, but I'll probably be waiting on Minecraft to do a full return to that at some point, maybe in like a year or two, just to, you know, embody all the new updates, because they have been updating the game a fair bit. Like, give Microsoft a lot of shit for what they do, but Minecraft has been updated consistently over the last few years. They're constantly voting in new creatures, even though, like, the common complaint is that why don't they just add all three? Why do they need to vote them in? It's for community engagement, I think, for the most part, and I don't mind that really. But yeah, this game has been receiving updates tons like the caves got a massive overhaul. The Nether got an overhaul. The Netherite stuff, like adding in new upgrade routes after Diamond, is cool. Obviously mods are still better, I think, but also mods just, I think, have had more time to understand the game and don't have to worry about more recent versions and being compatible with them. But then you compare Minecraft to the likes of Terraria, which has been receiving very small updates, even though the devs said they were done. And yeah, you can kind of see the difference there. I would like a Terraria 2 at some point. I'll play the shit out of that if that did release, but we'll see. How to do spells, hexes, and jinxes. Knowledge from the sages. Wizrobes hate these 5 simple tricks. You can perform magic right now, and it only takes a minute to learn. Here are 5 simple spells. You can summon emoji with window key, plus try it in text chat. Oh my god. Well, I've discovered something which I didn't know I could do, but if you... What the fuck? Window key what? Windows key, you can try it in the text chat. Window key plus. No, it just zooms in on my other display. That's weird. I've lost my mouse too. Sage uses runes like these. Experiment with it. Control Z. This is a well-known. It allows you to reverse time. It'd be helpful if you have an accident, but unfortunately, it doesn't work in the world. Minecraft. This is a rare spell. If the students at Hatino Schoolhouse learn this one, it would allow them to hide what they are doing on their pure pads of ease. Use the spell window tab. Yeah, I know that one quite well. For the game crash there. I have lost my mouse, which I'm a little bit worried about. My mouse is gone. Chat, my mouse is gone in the game. Who needs a mouse anyway? This is the worst spell ever! This is a dark spell. Alt F4, it will shut down reality you are in. Be very careful with it. This is the most complicated spell. The sages currently know. Brace yourselves. This will summon a portal to LinkedIn. After much research, the sage believed LinkedIn as a place for finding jobs in the meta world, the world beyond Hyrule. The place will never need this spell, but it makes for a pretty cool pie trick. I love this mod pack so far. Well, this map so far. It's wonderful. It's been utterly charming. They've absolutely knocked it out of the park. Yeah, I would hazard to say this is my favorite Minecraft map I've ever explored. Like, they have done incredible things with this. Hello? V Meadow. Oh! We're getting Rivali's theme. A theme for a character I hate. I don't hate Rivali. I just think, like, compared to other characters, he's a little bit annoying. He's the sort of character where he's like, oh, I'm an asshole. But I actually do respect you, just don't know how to show it. But they do it in a very boring way, I feel. There's Windblight with his giant blaster. Here's the interior of the meadow. This is one of the cooler dungeons, I will say. This alongside with Naboru are my 2 favourites in the game. Just because I like how you can shift the wingspan, and because of how high you are in the game. I mean, this is the highest point in the game, I would say. Like, before you play Tears of the Kingdom, obviously. But it's just kind of foretelling what is to come, really, I think, in that game. But being able to, like, tilt the bird so you can get to certain parts of the game is pretty cool. Can you actually use these to get speed? Holy shit, you can! Whoa! That's really cool! I did see something down there I wanted to go and have a look at as I was exploring. Oh my god, look how cool this region looks. Jesus. It's annoying because this is going to be the last part and there's so much more I want to see. I just want to take it all in. I don't want to rush through it, but I got other things I want to record. And having a 3-part series would just make sense, I feel. There's Din. Eldin. The Fire Noodle, who travels all the way through here from Death Mountain. You can whack his horns, and you can get things from them. It makes you kind of wonder who they were in life before becoming these dragons. I mean, there's a fear that they are the three sages. But considering the secret stones and how they worked in Tears of the Kingdom, you would think there'll be more than just 3 dragons. You'd think someone would have accidentally eaten one. Otherwise, how do people know what draconification is? How would they know? Oh my god, this is so impressive. I love the ravine that surrounds the Vito area. And then we're heading to one of my other favourite areas, this giant sand dune snowy place. You can do it, PC, I believe in you. Let's get some fireworks so we can get up here faster. Rest in peace, my mouse. I have no idea where it went, but the game destroyed it with that one quest log. At some point in the future, I will return to this, I think. And maybe, like, look for the treasure maps, maybe, that were told about before. Oh, that's good music. We'll keep this music playing while we're in this region as well. Right. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. Okay, I'm going to restart my game so I can get my mouse back, I think. Okay, fixed. I have my mouse back now. I have no idea what happened to my mouse before, but... yeah, oh wait, you guys can't see it anyway, but I did lose my mouse. Made me very sad. Oh my god, here we go. So leaving this snowy mountain, because of how high it is, you end up in the desert region. I'm going to make it day, because it's the desert. And yeah, this is also one of the coolest places in the game. But before we explore the desert, there is one place I want to go see. If I can find it, that is. Okay, here it is. There is the Yiga hideout, which I think is over here. I don't remember it being this high. Oh no, it is. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, we need to get Yiga hideout music. Which is also a great song in this game, to be fair. There's a couple of songs I think that Koji Kondo worked on, and one of them was the Yiga theme. The Yigas get a lot more to do in Tears of the Kingdom, in terms of side quests anyway. It does feel like they're repeating what was great about Breath of the Wild's Yiga hideout, but they do a lot more in the underground area of them. Like, they make the whole, that hole you see into an entire thing in that game. And knowing what that becomes now is kind of cool. Yeah, we've got to be stealthy. We've got to be sneaky. Huh. Otherwise, the Yiga will see us, who aren't in this area, because I'm on peaceful mode right now. But yeah, you'd have to stealth through here. Avoid the Yiga, otherwise you get thrown out. And one of the ways you deal with the Yiga is with bananas. They like bananas a lot. I still remember this still being difficult and annoying, though. I'm not a big fan of stealth. Banana. Or yellow candle, because there's no bananas in this game. I'm surprised bananas have not been added yet, considering the apples are in this game. Must have been a nice, like, little small endeavor to just design Yiga hideout. And you have this entire thing behind here, this giant hole, which I assume leads nowhere, but I am kind of curious how deep it goes. Right, well, no time like the present. Whee! Ow! Oh, okay. Oh, there was actually something down here. Master Koga was here, well, still is here. So as slow as everyone. Everyone was here. Yay, Grazzy was here too. Everyone was down here. But then you find out in tears he just ended up in the depths. Which I assume was always there? Wasn't added in afterwards. It's kind of freaky to think that the depths were always underneath high water to a certain extent. I guess you could also say that about the Skylands, right? That they were always up there, we just couldn't see them. Like, adding stuff to a world you know so well is always a little bit freaky. Okay, the sun is right in my face right now in real life. Oh my god. But knowing that this was always down there is a little bit freaky to think about, isn't it? Like, why did they have a giant hole behind here? Now we know. I don't think they were planning on making Tears of the Kingdom when Breath of the Wild came out. I think they were planning on just making that. But then, considering how good Breath of the Wild did in terms of sales, they were like, oh, let's take this concept and go even further with it. Probably would like them to go a little bit further than they did, but it was still a good game. It's just weird that we got a sequel to a Zelda game. Like, you don't usually get that in the series. I guess the closest you would get is like Phantom Hourglass to Wind Waker. It's in the same continuity. But for the most part, every single game is standalone. Even Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, yes, it's a sequel, but by the barest of sequels, it has the same character in it, and that's it. You can say that about Link's Awakening and Link to the Past, because it's the same Link in that game, but I would also argue that it's not. So, to give you an idea, there was one Link between the multitude of games, the one who appears in Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and the Oracle games. He's the same Link who appears in all of those. And, well, I wouldn't really say that they're similar games. They're all standalone. They just have the same character in them. They're all very different experiences. And the closest we've gotten to the same experience has been, probably, Tears of the Kingdom. Look at these giant fishies. Oh, look at this desert region. Okay, we can get rid of the Yiga theme now and put on desert music now. Desert theme. Breath of the Wild. Or just desert ambience will probably work. Doesn't the desert go on forever? Like, there's a sandstorm that stops me from going further. I don't want to go too far out then. So I'll just end up going through forever desert. And I'm kind of curious what's out here. Uh-oh. No, I think it's forever desert. It's forever desert, I think. The power of world edit. I think they must have used world edit in this. Like, even if it was a self-imposed challenge, you wouldn't want to make this harder for yourself than it already is. Oh my god! Here it is! Nice. Well, here we have it, chat. Dorado Town. We got a shrine here. Let's go in the shrine. We haven't done a shrine for a while. Oh. I think this is the Seal Vase shrine. Where you get an orb. A Radiant Shield. Yeah, I mean, here's Dorado Town. In all of its glory. I'm a chocobo. I could be a female chocobo, maybe. I'm definitely allowed in. I need to go in disguise. Hold on. Let's get that. Let's get that. Let's get this on. Good disguise flower. And a turtle shell helmet. I could wear like a skeleton skull, I guess, like a wither skull helmet. There we go. They'll never know who I am. I'll probably look more imposing now. Spooky, scary skeleton. Spent a lot of time here. This is one of my favorite towns. I love the aqueduct above. The beautiful like marble they use to pave it. It's quite nice. It looks weirdly different. I don't know why it looks different to me, but it does look different. Maybe I've gone crazy. One after Magna Carta. I mean, they've got with a skull helmet here, so I don't feel too bad about that. Let's just put this on. And this on. And this one. There we go. Now we look like a Gerardo. There we go. Now it's the that's the invisible gear you can get with this, with the glow in the dark sea sails. Not invisible, glowing gear, so that you can see yourself at night. It's weird, right? Because you can tell how difficult this was to build because it's on a diagonal. It's all isometric. Yeah, it probably was not an easy place to design. It looks fucking amazing though. Just like ravaging through all their chests. Well, there's no Gerardo here, are they? They're all gone or dead. Everyone. It's the sequel to Tears of the Kingdom. Everyone is now dead. There weren't any survivors after the Hyrule fallout. I mean, the Gerardo, for the most part, were mostly unaffected by what occurred there. The only person who died was Aboso, who was their leader. I guess maybe they were affected pretty badly. Hotel Oasis. There's nothing in the chests. I like what they did here at Tears as well. That they added these creepy bug enemies here who you have to deal with, and also Redeads as well. Or not Redeads, what they're called. Gibdos. And they had like flying variants of Gibdos. Made them like bug themed instead. And then the temple here is fantastic. Like I think it's the best temple in the game in Tears. This giant like desert labyrinth you have to go through. And there's some story there too where you got to deal with the Gibdo Queen. Taking a concept from the Zelda games and using it to their advantage. A great idea. As you can see here, this place is very pretty. Very well made. And then I enjoy the whole bit where, because Link isn't a girl, he's not allowed into Gerardo Town, so he has to dress up as a girl. And then in Echoes of Wisdom, because you finally play as Zelda, you're just allowed in. It's nice to see that the Gerardo are getting more love, especially after Ocarina of Time and how they were basically just bandits in that game. I like the lore that ties them to Ganondorf. How Ganondorf was formerly their king, and they didn't have that in Breath of the Wild really. And a lot of people were questioning, wait, does that mean that Ganondorf was not from the Gerardo? And then you find out that in Tears he was. And he was their previous ruler, like back in an old time when the Zonai was still around. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. He was the only male Gerardo to like exist back then. And we're not going to question how that works, but I guess this is what happens. Here you go. Here's where the phone is with the character who I can't remember the name of. I know Urbosa because of Age of Calamity and her amazing music in that game. If you have not played Age of Calamity, even if you're not a big fan of Hyrule Warriors as a genre, or Dynasty Warriors as a genre, I highly recommend it just for the music alone. The music is absolutely incredible in that game. They had no right to make the music as good as it was in that. I think it has better music than Tears of the Kingdom. Which is a game I don't think the music's bad in. The musical cues are still good, like the Depths theme is great. Some of the battle themes are really good. But like they had this style in the trailers. Like one of my favorite trailers for a Nintendo game, I think, is trailer 3 for Tears of the Kingdom. Like before I was kind of interested, like, oh, is this Breath of the Wild again? But trailer 3 was the one that really got me interested. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And they used this like weird like electronic saxophone in the song. And it's like they use like the Sheikah instrumentation that they use from Breath of the Wild. But also obviously we didn't know at the time that there was also Zonai influence as well. And it's just so well handled. Are these spawners? Are they using spawners for glass in this area? I think they are. So that electric saxophone they use in that song, they don't use it at all in the main game. It's only in that trailer theme, which is a massive missed opportunity. Like, they could have used that for more pieces of music in that. Like, even use that song itself. And I was sitting there waiting for it to show up, but it never did. Well, here's the classroom where they were taught stuff. I think because it's diagonal, it doesn't look exactly the same, but it looks pretty good. This is the issue with Minecraft, it being blocks, is you can't get the curvature right, really, with a lot of these things. So it looks good, though. I want to go up to, Naboris? What is your name? I want to go up to her bedroom because there's a seal in here. There's a baby seal. Is a seal, like, plushie around here somewhere? No, it's not. Sand seals! Because that's a great concept. And pretty well handled, too. Of course, you've got these ruins over here that were used for an ice challenge. You've got to go grab a piece of ice and bring it all the way through here. I remember that. I remember it sucking. And you got this little outpost here. You go inside the little outpost and we head to... where? Oh yeah, here's all the ice. I remember this mission. I'm going to do it easily this time. Yes! Finally. Finally, it's easy. With the power of creative mode. This is so cathartic. Nice. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Ice for you all. You all get ice. Oh, look how good Naboris looks from this angle. So, Naboris is probably my favourite Divine Beast in the game. For the reason that it's very memorable out of all the four. And part of that is the fight at the end. Thunderblight, who is pretty well known for being the hardest Divine Beast, probably the hardest fight in the game. He is really quick. You have to like be really precise with your movement. In the DLC, part of the DLC is fighting the four bosses again, but you get given the champion's equipment. So basically, the lore for Breath of the Wild is when everything went to shit, each of the champions who was controlling their own divine beasts, they were locked inside and forced to fight the blights. So Urbosa was fought to fight Thunderblight, and for probably a very long time before she was eventually killed against it. And basically, you in a DLC embody them, and you fight the blights and deal with them. And not gonna lie, I can see why Urbosa had such a hard time, because that was probably the hardest DLC boss in the game, outside of maybe the final one. And yeah, Thunderblight is no pushover. He's a massive pain in the ass. My chest. This is my chest. I placed this chest. This is my singular contribution to the Divine Beast. Oh, you absolute twat. If there's nothing at the end of this, I'm going to put something here, damn it. They convinced me to stop playing Honkai Star Rail for this. Amazing. I mean, it's a damn good looking Divine Beast. I like the fact that it has the Thunder Orb on top of it that causes the lightning. That's a nice touch. Right, and this is where you fight Thunderblight. It's also an annoying arena too to fight him, because he just like zips all over the place, and you can only hit him by parrying or flow rushing him. And then in phase 2, he becomes invulnerable, and the only way to hit him is by striking him with his own lightning, which is difficult because you've got to use Magnesis in a way where Magnesis is very uncomfortable in that fight. And yeah, it's good. I liked it. It's a good fight. I mean, it's memorable. I enjoy going to fight Thunderblight. He is a very memorable part of the game. Sometimes when something is hard, and harder than everything else, it can either go one of two ways. One, I love it, or two, I hate it. Like with Dark Beast Medea, I fucking hate that fight. Here's the statues, which is a pretty big puzzle in this game if I remember correctly. And then the last thing I want to see in Gerardo region is the maze, which I forget where that is. Yeah, it is. It's very well camouflaged. And then we'll make our way to Lake Hylia and have a look at the bridge there. And then finally it's Farron region. Oh yeah, there is a lifeguard in here, isn't there? Ooh. I wish you could do like a loop, but you're not allowed to. Right, now we travel by style. And make our way towards Lake Hylia. And then the Farron region. So pretty. Oh, there's a Great Plateau over there. Oh, there's a Hamilton there too, nice. There's a cool thing that happens in Lake Hylia and Tears of the Kingdom. There's like a giant whirlpool you can enter. They don't do a whole lot with it, but it's cool that it's there. I think that's my main criticism of Tears is the fact that, oh, there's a new thing here. How is it really interesting? Yeah, I guess. Is that it? Yes. While with Breath, it's like, oh my god, look at this giant bridge just going across this lake. Look how amazing it looks. I remember some randomizer stuff happening on this bridge when I did the Link Towers with randomizer. But yeah, that's another example of this game like embodying all the Zelda games. This bridge is first really seen in Twilight Princess, and they've taken so many things from different Zelda games. Like that whole like fishing village over here with Eventide Island, that feels like a Wind Waker edition. This feels like Twilight Princess. You got Kakariko Village, that feels like Ocarina of Time. You got some Majora's Mask stuff with the Blight. Just every Zelda game that has existed is embodied here. Even Phantom Hourglass. There are islands in the northeastern region that are named after islands from Phantom Hourglass. And you can see the train tracks are like Spirit Track orientated too. There's so much in this game that is just a love letter to all the Zelda games. This is like refueling my love of Breath of the Wild. It's a great game. And here's the Farron region, one of my favourites. I'm going to make the weather thundery because it's appropriate for the Farron region, I think. So I'm going to reset the graphics. And we can bring on the... Breath of the Wild, Farron region, OST. Now, this is an example of Tears really nailing its upgrade. I love what they did here in Tears. How they basically expanded on this area and added a whole temple to explore and how it connects to the Skylands. I remember going through Tears of the Kingdom being a little disappointed by how small some of the Skylands was, but one of the ones I was really curious about exploring was the one in the Farron region because of how massive it was. And I was like, oh, this one actually kind of rivals the first island scale. And then you go there, and then you explore it, and it's really cool. It ties in with the depths. You go through this whole thing. And yeah, that's a really cool area. But you'd think, what would they do at the Farron region? Well, would they probably have like Koroks there? No. Because they got Lost Woods. Which is it's in the north. So what can you do with this region that you haven't done before? You could make it Thunder orientated, considering there is a Thunder element in this game. Also have the Farron Dragon over here as well. They don't use the Farron region that much in Breath of the Wild. You can completely skip it. There's no reason to go to this area outside of getting items. And yet they created this whole region, this whole biome, just to have a really cool Thunder area. Like, this is not a thing that all game devs do. Every area needs to be important. The Farron region does not in Breath of the Wild. And then later it becomes important in Tears of the Kingdom. And they could focus more so on that when that game released. It's just remarkable to me what they did with this. And that the devs were confident enough in their ability to make an open world game that they made something this good. Nintendo, before Breath of the Wild, they didn't really do open world games. The closest thing you would probably get to that is Ocarina of Time or Twilight Princess. Zelda was always the flagship when it comes to making big open experiences. And with Breath of the Wild, this was their first proper foray into that. And it's remarkable how much they nailed it. They knocked it out of the park on their first go. And then Tears is a great game too. I'm not going to sit here and bash on Tears all the time. I think it's really good. I like the story. I like the depths and how it ties in with the main world. I remember sitting there and going, oh my god, that's an amazing thing they did there. They have only proven themselves to be great at making this game. Open world game experience. And I can't wait to see what they do next. I hope it isn't just Tears of the Kingdom. I hope it isn't just Breath of the Wild 2. Hope it's something else. But in the next 6 years, we may have another masterpiece from these devs. We don't know. Here it is. Is this called Necluda region? I forget what this area is called. Breath of the Wild Seaside Village. Lurelin. Okay, it's called Lurelin. Again, a village you can just completely miss in Breath of the Wild. You don't have to go here at all. And that's where Advent Island is too. Absolutely crazy to me they did this entire thing. Like, I just saw a comment on this, like, they wish that Lurelin Island was more important. I'm kind of fine of how it's been handled. Like, there's a bunch of things in this game that aren't really that focused on, so that they could focus on it later. Like, it's like a holiday resort island, basically. Okay. I mean, it doesn't feel like a holiday right now. Let's make it nicer, shall we? Let's do it justice. Like, time, set, day. There you go. And let's make the weather clear. Ah. That's more like it. Let's get these clothes off, shall we? Bleh, bleh, bleh. Duh, duh, duh. Wonderful. Doesn't this make you think of Kingdom Hearts? No, it makes me think of Wind Waker. Even the OST kind of sounds like a Spirit Track song, though, I will say. But yeah, one of the big complaints that this area is not used that much. I do not mind that, though. I think that, as an island, this is pretty nice to look at anyway. And then you have this whole great little dungeon over here. I forget what this puzzle is, but I remember the puzzle being really fun. Which leads to a shrine over here opening, with 2 orbs on it. There are a couple of puzzles in Breath of the Wild that I'm not a big fan of, but this is not one of them. Like, there are some puzzles where I'm like, okay. Like, some puzzles involving, like, sunlight and me being at a certain angle. It's cool that they have it in here, but I'm also like, no, I don't need that in my life. At all. This feels like Animal Crossing music now that I think about it. I feel like I'm playing New Horizons. Right, well, I did everything I wanted to do. I guess as a final bonus, we can go back to Great Plateau. But yeah, I mean, holiday destination achieved. I would go here on holiday. 100%. Here's where you fight some bokoblins. We're near Hatino's. We could put that back there. Yeah, there's a Hinox around here that has a giant orb on it, and you have to like take him towards the shrine to put the orb on the thing to activate it. At some point, I might do Tears again. Probably less likely than Breath of the Wild. But if, like, say a randomizer released for it, or a mod, I might come back to it in the future. You never know. But This game is important. I think not only to me, but to a lot of people. Many, many people have played this game and loved it. And probably the same with Tears. Tears could have been people's first Zelda game. Probably not, because it's a sequel to Breath of the Wild. But if it is, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time with that. It's difficult to talk about this and not talk about Tears, I think, considering how closely these two games are linked together. And while I like to rag on that a lot, as I have mentioned before, I do like Tears. I think it's a good game. Maybe at some point I'll do a proper Zelda ranking, as I talked about before. Just get my opinion out there, like I did with Resident Evil before. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little look. Oh, look at the flower shrine. I remember this one. You got to get around without touching the flowers, or you'll get annoyed. That's really well done. Look at that. There's actually one place I haven't gone to. I haven't gone to the Phantom Hourglass Islands. So these islands over here are named after islands from Phantom Hourglass. So, well, if I remember their names, I don't actually remember them, but they are named after islands from Phantom Hourglass. And you also have Lineback Island over here, which is a reference to the infamous character Lineback, which is fun. I think there's also some stuff from Wind Waker here too, but the fact that they are referencing Phantom Hourglass makes me happy. It tells me they haven't forgotten about that game or Spirit Tracks. I have no idea what the future will foretell for Zelda, like what we're gonna get. More remasters, more games like Echoes of Wisdom. Because while I think Echoes of Wisdom is good, I kind of crave the less sandbox experience of other Zelda games. Because I definitely was feeling the burnout playing Echoes of Wisdom. Like, okay, this is another Breath of the Wild type where you have complete free reign over how you explore these places. And you can kind of get the gimmick at that point, I feel. But I mean, there was so many ways to do a Zelda game, and at this point, Nintendo know what the fans want. I feel like when it comes to these things, and even if they don't, they're gonna make something good for us. I think probably in the future. They haven't failed so far. Even Skyward Sword, when it came out, it was still cinematic and amazing. And I have no idea what will happen next with Zelda, or any Nintendo franchise for that matter. I mean, Kirby has just stepped into 3D for the first time. We might get a new Mario game with the new Switch, maybe. Metroid Prime 4 is releasing this year. That's crazy to think about, considering how long that game's been in development for. The level of quality is unmatched. Even if there's an average of the company, the actual developers working on those games are unmatched in terms of their professionalism. And like the case in point of this game, they nailed the open world the first time. Like, I feel like when it comes to Zelda, you should never, or any Nintendo franchise from the main devs, you should never underestimate their ability to nail a different game mode. Like roguelike, they'll probably nail that immediately. A Metroidvania, a proper Metroidvania in the same style of Metroid but something else. Like if they wanted to make a new IP, they probably could. Nintendo know how to make a good video game, I think, at this point. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next. But that's it for now. I hope you all enjoyed. I want to go see if the dungeon is here. Oh, there is something here. Hello? What is this place? The Money Shrine? I remember this part of Breath of the Wild. Very special thanks to Lieutenant for a number of donations of money thrown out Grazzy throughout the span of the Project's live streams. There you go. Maybe I'll go through the names again before we end. We got this thing in here. Hello? Hestu 1.0, Pickle Hestu. Yeah, I'm Hestu, shake some rackers. Hestu 2.0 design. Oh, I tell you what, this is this premonition of development of this game. How far we've gone, how far they went. I want to find more secrets, but I think that's it. Right. Well, we're back where we started. We can go outside and have a look at this one last time. Done! I haven't actually got the music for this, but why don't we try and replicate the intro? I'll walk out and just pretend that we can see something amazing. Intro cave music. It might not even be in here. Dun, dun, dun. I can't do it. It's fine. Who needs that when you can just enjoy the world itself? That has been Grazzy's Breath of the Wild map. I hope you all enjoyed this little tour of it. And yeah, I'll see you all next time for whatever I do next. Ciao for now. Goodbye.